I want to welcome everyone to another Stock Talk. Today is July 11th at 5:46 p.m. Eastern Time. So many developments happened today, whether it was in the general market movement on the SPY or the commodities, and we are going to be tackling every single trend for you guys. And we're going to start at SPY, tracking the S&P 500 on the 180-day chart, and you guys can see that I have removed a lot of lines. And I want to show you guys that the resistance is at 279.40. Note that number is very critical because we've had this resistance for many times. Note that the support is an ascending triangle support at around 271. So what happened today? Well, today you guys can see that we left off yesterday when the futures were dropping upon the tariff news, but we managed to keep above the light blue line, or the 20 EMA, which was what I was looking for, and it did happen today. So I'm still leaning towards the bullish side. You know, there's a potential for it to either consolidate sideways to the right in the next day, or it could start sloping upwards. Now, I'll give you the other scenario in case you guys are nervous. Like, any close below 275.40 on a daily basis would be a negative sign, and we would look forward around 271.40 as the next support. 271 to 271.40 as the next support. But right now, in my opinion, there is a chance for the markets to kind of recover and retest that high, which is around 278 to 280 mark. All right, so I'm still slightly more bullish with the markets, and you guys can see that the resistance, should we close above the 279.40 mark, is what? Is around 284. That would be the next resistance area, and I think it's still very possible for us to get up there. Note how much we've came up, right? It is time for a little correction. That's perfectly normal. Where can we expect correction to? You know, we expect this correction, and it can be around 273 or 274. Have we reached that area yet? No, it hasn't, right? So we're still near the top, but I think we should still be bullish with the markets, and the markets are giving us better entry points if the markets start dipping. So I hope you guys are kind of learning from this, what I'm talking about. So just, don't fear. A lot of people might be like, oh my gosh, we're going to start coming back down. The trade war is going to blow up, and it's going to, the markets are going to turn aside, and economy's going to go down. Just push it to the side and be more objective. This is where we are right now, and it's completely fine in terms of a retracement pattern. Now, I'll take this intermission to talk to you little guys about, if you guys do like these videos, you're benefiting from these videos, please hit that like button. Do it for you guys every day. So, hopefully you guys enjoy these videos, and yeah, just hit that like button. That's all you have to do. Oh, maybe share the video. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's talk about TVIX, or volatility. So here we see volatility, and volatility, you guys can see that we managed to come up, and it was actually a bigger percentage than I initially expected. You guys can see that volatility went up 7-8% at one point. Yeah, it went up almost over 10% at one point. But you guys can see on the 180-day chart that we are still edging below the 20 EMA, or the light blue line. We're still getting rejected, right? Look how much we've fallen. We fell back to pretty much the support, got rejected at the 20 EMA, and now it's coming back down. So you can imagine we might get some hiccups along the way, but it's still downtrending overall for volatility. Taking a look at crude oil futures. Now, I know Dawei, we talked about crude oil yesterday. So, this is the thing, right? When crude oil starts dropping, but especially, you can see this 4-hour candle that closed right here. If you're in crude oil, that's your stop loss out, because that is below the previous low, right, guys? And that is a close below the previous low. But regardless, here's crude oil, right? And we were looking for a retracement back. Now, looking at the 180-day chart, you guys can see that the resistance is still at 76.50. I haven't adjusted that at all. But what happened? We're coming down significantly. Now, there's a couple of things. On this graph, it looks pretty terrible, right? You're going to be like, oh man, this looks like crude oil is coming back down. But let's take a look. Where's the possibility where we can find support? Perhaps around $68 to $69, okay? We're near there, not completely there. That's number one. Number two, I want to take you guys to the 3-year chart. 3-year chart shows a better picture. What's happening right now, right? We've had a massive upstreak, made an all-time high, 3-year high, just last week, and now we're coming back down. Now, does this graph look normal to you? Yeah, it looks completely normal. We were overextended over the 20 EMA line. We didn't manage to push the resistance just yet. So the support is around $67 to $68. That's pretty much correlating with what we just did earlier. So I would look for support around that area. This could be potentially another great buy for Forest CL crude oil. So look for it right here. In my opinion, do you guys see this candle? Does that candle look like a reversal candle to you that's going to go back down? The answer is no, right? This is not any type of reversal candle, and this is just another normal correction back to the 20 EMA. So I would look for an entry around this area. Oh, of course, this is your opinion, right? Not my opinion, your opinion. That really matters because it is your money and it is your trading habits that dictate how well you do. So, right, so down here is a very comfortable position. So just be on the lookout. Surely right now as we're coming down, are we going to be going into UWT or Gush? The answer is no, right? Why are we going into a descending pattern when there's still room to fall? It's just too risky to go into descending patterns. All right, so let's take a look at /NG natural gas. Okay, here's another very interesting trend. Here's natural gas, right? I was looking for natural gas to have more of a support down here, 2.759. Did we hit that level? The answer is we did not hit that level. We managed to bounce up right here, and you guys can see if I zoom in, we managed to bounce right here. And this, I mean, it could have been a support here. And right now we closed right pretty much at the 20 EMA line. So the reason why we closed there, and it's because first we were kind of overextended below the bottom. Second, we have natural gas inventories coming out. So look for that to fluctuate natural gas a little bit more. 10:30 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow in the morning. But in the meantime, I got out of DGAZ when I saw natural gas recovering again. So I pretty much evened out. I didn't gain any money really. I think I lost 0.2%, but I just didn't really like this, how it was kind of U-turning back up. So this is one, if you're in DGAZ, once again, what can you do? Just be cautious. You can get into DGAZ right now. The only thing is natural gas inventories come out, and that might fluctuate it. So that's like a 50-50 toss-up where that would go. Manage your risk accordingly. /GC tracking gold futures. Guys, look at this. Gold, I mean, fell back to the support at 1241.4. So we see JNUG dropping pretty much in a straight line today downwards. Certainly not a good sign for JNUG. So our support for JNUG is at $13. So, once we get down there, we're looking for a possibility of a buy here once we start U-turning back up, if that happens. However, if /GC actively starts closing on a 4-hour basis below this low, around 1238, especially below 1242, and we start closing below, that's certainly not a good sign for people in /GC, and we can see lower prices to come. Remember, if we start breaking this support, that is really bad, because on the 3-year chart, our next support is pretty far down. It's at 1210. This range is kind of far, so there's a lot of room for gold to drop if that one breaks. So just be cautious. Is that it? I think that's it, guys. Let's take a look at your tickers. All right, Monica, you're number 1. Thanks again for your uber awesome videos. I like that. Interested in what you think of HLT. All right. So HLT is one that has, you guys can see, it is really overextended right now. Yes, it's kind of consolidating, but this is just the start, in my opinion, of a bull flag pattern in the forming. So again, this is one where you just got to be cautious because there's potential for it to drop. Can you imagine prices between $58 to $60, right? Right now, you might be like, holy cow, how can you imagine that? But there's certainly possibility for this one to either consolidate sideways for a long time. What would that mean? Not much potential for profit in that case unless you're playing a horizontal pattern, or two, the potential for it to come down. The potential for it to go up, sure, there's obviously potential for stocks to go higher, but the probability is just less. It's actually significantly less for this one. So you guys see the 200 SMA line? Where is it? It's all the way down here. So, this is, I would kind of back away from this one and revisit this one in, let's say, 1 month. All right. Okay. So Rizwan, please go over Box. Is this Dropbox again? Oh, no, this isn't. This is Box Incorporated. Okay. So, Dropbox is DBX, I believe. So here's Box Incorporated. What are we seeing right now? So I see what you're seeing, and you're seeing some sort of reversal pattern right here as it tries to edge higher. Just note that even though we're kind of going a little higher, look at this rejection candle. This is almost like a reversal candle at the top. It showed that we managed to pull all the way to nearly $30, and then what happened? We pulled down on a weekly basis. That's not a very good sign. So even though we're coming up just a little bit, could easily see some resistances up here. Look at the MACD pointing lower and lower. Look at the volume getting lower and lower. Yikes, right? So right now, I would wait for an entry probably around the blue line or the 50 SMA line. This is another one that has been kind of consecutively going up. I do like this right here, consolidation pattern here, but right now, just a little high. At the very least, can you imagine this, guys? Let me show you this. Can you imagine a consolidation period of 120 days here? How nice would that be before another move up, right? So, yeah, just wait on this one. Review that one in a couple of weeks, please. Chris Chen, EL, please, please, please. Yes, okay, so EL. Okay, EL is one that I actually really liked, and this is one that I put on my watch list just a couple of days ago because I think, was it Chris? Was it you that called it out? I think it was you. And the only thing is I thought that this would have been a confirmation back to the upside. However, it didn't occur. A massive rejection today. So if you were in EL, this is the way to kind of stop loss out at least, because we broke this trend. Actually, the trend was actually right here. The 1 year trend. You guys can see that we've been holding the yellow line, the 150 SMA, and this goes back to show, right? Trends don't follow 100% of the time. If trends followed 100% of the time, everyone would be making money, and I wouldn't be here doing this because everyone can see a pattern. Here's the pattern. It broke the pattern today. Therefore, what do? You stop loss out. In this case, EL is something we do not look for entry to until we find a support. Where could the next theoretical support be? The theoretical support be 200 SMA or 135 at that point. So right now it's on a period of active decline, and certainly not an entry point in my opinion right now. Until we see a reversal pattern, we do not go into this one because we broke a trend, right? So just there we go. But EL is going to be on my watch list. I'm curious as to what this will do in the future too. So it's still here. Yarvin, can you take a look at GS? Thank you for your helpful video. GS, you guys can see GS, Goldman Sachs, constant decline, right? We find rejection here at the 20 EMA to the 50 SMA line. Anytime here, we're forming rejections, and right now, it almost looks like we're coming down again. So, right now, there's still no definitive trend of a support. Let's take a look at the 3-year chart. We do have earnings seasons coming up. Just be careful of that. So the one thing is, so you guys can see why we had this up move this week, right? So far, a little bit. The reason is we're kind of overextended below the 20 EMA line. There might be a little recovery before another downturn. So just be careful. And this one is a 717. That is next week, right? That earnings season's coming up. So yeah, this is one where there's room to fall. Supports around 216 to 217. Have we gotten there? Not there yet. Do we have a pattern reversal? Certainly not yet. So we would definitely want to wait on this one as well. EL's looking good. Will. Hey, Will. Oh, EL. Sorry. I just did EL. Yeah, you just heard about EL. So EL looking good. Ooh, I don't know. GORO. So GORO. Okay, so we're looking at gold resources. So once again, this is one where it's been rising, and look how overextended we are. We're at the resistance, especially this is a 3-year resistance. Can you imagine how strong this resistance is? I would almost there's a possibility of, if you're looking for short, this could be a short opportunity right up here. So do we have a pattern of reversal? Answer is no. So are we looking for a short right now? We're looking for a short, but until we see that pattern reversal, where's the pattern reversal here? Tail candle, right? So here, do we have a pattern reversal? Nothing just yet. So there's still might be some energy for it to push up, but certainly not something to go long on as we're pushing near the resistance. Dozy, good analysis as always. Thank you. Money LPX. LPX is one that has been kind of constantly going up. So this is one where it is dangerous again. It's a dangerous one to go into. Look how much it has gone up over a period of 3 years, number one. And number two, look how this area was supposed to act as a support. The 50 SMA is supposed to act as a support. Here, right? And we broke it. And now what's happening? We're getting rejections at the light blue line or the 20 EMA line. Certainly not a good trend, and this one could come down further. This is another one where there's potential for it to get rejected and come down significantly further, possibly to around $24. So, and this is one where let's revisit after around a month or maybe 3 weeks, 2 weeks. If it starts going back up again, you can also chime me in again, ring that bell. But until then, let's not. Draxon, NVDA in my next video. So here is NVDA. NVIDIA is one that has been soaring, and it has been soaring. It looks like, before AMD had the massive streak upwards, right? NVIDIA was the one to watch. And now NVIDIA still strong, still keeping over the 20 EMA line. But note that there is... So right here, so you could get into a position into NVIDIA if you wanted to, but I just want to caution you once again, NVIDIA, if you want to get in, where's your stop loss? That's the question. Are you going to stop loss 10% lower, 7% lower? Is this the best time to get in? And that would be a question for you to answer, because this might not be the best time to get in right now. Look how we formed a reversal candle here, right? But what happened? We formed another confirmation back here before it went up. Can you imagine a couple of weeks, another confirmation back here and then goes up? I mean, it doesn't have to do that, but it certainly could. So, this one, I like the trend is just at this position right now. Might not be the most comfortable position if you got in, unless you're holding long term. All right. Is this the last one? LRCX. Are we doing LRCX again? Oh, LRCX for long-term entry point. So LRCX down 4% today. So let's take a look at the yearly. That is not good. Okay, so once again, this is a pattern that is... we're looking for a sign of reversal here. We got rejected the 20 EMA again, and we have earnings coming up at 726. So... right now, to be honest, given this time period right here, and this is, I think I called this one out yesterday. You guys talked about this yesterday or a couple videos ago. I would not look for position anymore on this one because earnings is coming up. You guys can see here earnings massively up. Here earnings, down. Upon earnings, what happened? Whoa. Upon earnings, wow, we formed this green candle and got rejected and immediately came down. Here, we're nearing the bottom, right? Earnings is coming up in 2 weeks. I can see this one going up both ways. I can argue that, if we get down here, it's oversold at that point, and by earnings, it might give that nice push up. But in my opinion, I want earnings to get that push up first, and then wait a couple of days, wait for that sell-off to occur or the bounce at the 20 EMA line, the light blue line, and then take that position. But until that happens, this rejection at the 20 EMA today certainly doesn't look enticing anymore for this one. So you guys can see a lot of patterns emerge today. So hopefully you guys can see some of that. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's Stock Talk. hit that like button if you like the video. Please hit that like button. And what else? Is there anything else you want me to do? All right. Any feedback is appreciated. So Facebook group, right? YouTube page. Contact me privately. All good. So in the meantime, enjoy your Wednesday and soak up the futures tonight. I'll see you guys later in tomorrow's Stock Talk.